Welcome to Chapter 3, Kural 2. துறந்தார் பெருமை துணை கூறின் வையத்து இறந்தாரை எண்ணிக்கொண்டற்று. To describe the measure of the greatness of those who have forsaken the twofold desires is like counting the dead. This Kural suggests that it's futile to try and measure the greatness of those who have renounced worldly desires, much like trying to count all the people who have ever lived and died. Have you ever tried to quantify something that's inherently unquantifiable, like love or loss? What makes a life truly great, and can that be measured? The morning sun cast long shadows across the beach as the crew of the Indigo Dawn began their exploration of the forgotten island. The previous night's glowing symbol remained a topic of discussion, but the immediate need for fresh water and a more permanent camp took precedence. Captain Caspian, ever the pragmatist, directed the crew inland, while Rajamani, still intrigued by the ruins, lingered behind with Mali. "This place give me the creeps, man," Mali said, his eyes scanning the dense jungle. "Too quiet, eh?" Rajamani nodded, his gaze fixed on the path ahead. "It's like no one has set foot here in centuries. Makes you wonder about the people who built these." As they ventured deeper into the jungle, the trees grew taller and the air grew heavy with humidity. They soon stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood a cluster of weathered gravestones, some half buried under moss and leaves. The sight was unsettling, a stark reminder of mortality in the heart of such untamed nature. "Look at that, man," Mali said, his voice hushed with a newfound reverence. "So many people gone." Rajamani walked between the rows of graves. He started counting. "I think there are 133. Is that special?" That's the same number of chapters in Thirukkural. துறந்தார் பெருமை துணை கூறின் வையத்து இறந்தாரை எண்ணிக்கொண்டற்று. To describe the measure of the greatness who have forsaken the twofold desires is like counting the dead. Captain Caspian joined them, his usual boisterousness subdued by sight of the graves. "Bloody hell," he muttered. "Someone certainly did pass away here, eh? You reckon this was a village? A settlement of some sort?" Rajamani shook his head slowly. "It's just not the numbers, Captain. It's the lives that were lived, the stories that are untold, the morals that were learnt." Mali nodded in agreement. "My grandmother used to say, every soul leaves a mark. It's not about how much they had, but how much they give. That's what she used to say back in Jamaica." He told them tales of his ancestors and the importance of remembering them. Captain Caspian turned to survey the clearing. "Well, whatever happened here doesn't seem that friendly, does it? We should go back to camp. Maybe figure out a way to leave this place. I don't want to be the 134th. He shivered despite the heat, as if he sensed something sinister. As they turned to leave, a low echoing sound reverberated through the clearing. It sounded like a mournful sigh. The men froze, their eyes darting around, trying to locate the source of the sound. It seemed to come from the direction of the graves. "What the? Did you hear that?" Caspian asked, his hand instinctively going for his knife. Mali's eyes widened. "Don't like this, man. Let's get out of here." Rajamani, despite a growing unease, felt a strong pull to investigate further. "No, wait," he said, his voice firm. "Maybe it's the wind. Let's check it out." He cautiously moved back towards the gravestones, his hand outstretched to touch the cold surface of one of the markers. The sound came again, louder this time, and this time it's definitely not the wind. It appeared to be coming from directly beneath the earth,